Hey guys, what's going on? It's Karl here, back with another episode that is all about the setups. You can see that we're chilling in, of course, my condo, and this episode is all around the connected smart home. I know at CES I saw some ridiculous things, a smart toilet. I know it's everyone's greatest wish to order toilet paper while you're dropping a number 2. We're not doing anything crazy like that, but this is just the smart connected tech that I have in my condo, how I keep my place fully teched out. And perhaps it's just a good video for some of you to start that are kind of clueless how to get into the smart connected space. And before we start, big shout outs to Samsung, who've actually partnered and sponsored today's episode. They've made my life way easier as I'm using SmartThings as my main hub. Which kind of starts off with this guy. This is the SmartThings Wi-Fi hub. And the great thing about Samsung, it's compatible with a ton of other devices. So whether you have Google Assistant, Alexa ready, Hue light bulbs, smart locks, smart thermostats, all of that can be integrated into SmartThings, which is a huge time saver. So once you have the Wi-Fi hub set up, I am rocking SmartThings over on my S9, and that's where I can start to add different devices. First thing that I've added, and I have a ton of these, this is the SmartThings Outlet, and this is by far the best smart connected piece of tech, especially if you have devices that aren't, say, smart enabled. Very prime example, I have a very expensive Dyson lamp that kind of sits off to the side. It's my main reading lamp. Unfortunately, that thing isn't smart, and I can't activate that with, say, my voice when I say, hey Google, turn on the lights in the living room. This guy goes into the wall, and now when I switch to SmartThings on my phone, I can set up those commands to either turn on the device with my smartphone, or if I want to enable that via Google. So handy that I've actually now paired that with my good old coffee maker, and when I do finally get my butt out of bed, I've got a fresh brew waiting for me. And like I said, the great thing with SmartThings, it integrates into pieces that you already own. So throughout the rest of my living room, I have 2 Google Home Maxes. I use those as my primary music listening devices. I've got a ton of Philips Hue light bulbs. You can see one that is snuck into that lamp right here. I've got a couple that sit around my couch, and even some that live over on the balcony at nighttime when I do want to set the mood, whether I am chilling watching Netflix or just want to make things a bit more romantic for the girlfriend. I can always set those with my voice, and they also integrate into SmartThings as well. Other smart devices that I do have here in my living room, I've got a little smart vacuum robot. This guy is from Dyson. I can also track the parts that I've cleaned, and the best part is it does dock back onto its charging bay when it does get low on battery. A few more SmartThing devices that I've enabled in my living room as well. We've got this guy, which is called the button. As it implies, you can press it to perform different sorts of functions. And it even has little sticky pads at the end. You can place that near, say, a light switch, and now you have a connected kind of switch or button to control. I also have this motion sensor placed across my balcony door. I have this weird fear that someone is somehow gonna enter through my balcony. I do get an alert every time that motion sensor goes off onto my smartphone, especially when I am traveling and out of my place for a month. I just wanna have that peace of mind that Batman or Spider-Man don't come and visit without me being there. A bit more realistic, I do have a multi-purpose sensor that's placed on my main door, and from this, I can control different sorts of automations. When I say do enter my condo, I can have this set to turn on lights, and when I do leave, all the lights will turn off as long as the sensor is lined up. Into the bedroom where the magic happens. I try to keep things very simple here. I don't try to have too much technology. You can probably see behind me the 3 main pieces that I've kind of got integrated. The first are the Nanoleaf LED panels. It is compatible with SmartThings. If I want to have things a bit more romantic and red, they can change to do so. Or if I am doing any gaming and want to make things, say, orange or light green, whatever, you know, my heart's content on my mood, I can activate those guys. And once again, I am rocking another SmartThings Outlet because I do have a pretty cool reading lamp. Kind of get that in frame. Normally I do have to tap on this guy to turn it on when I am doing a bit of nighttime reading. With that, of course, smart outlet, I can now activate that via my smartphone. And the nice thing, I do always forget to turn this guy off. When I have left the house, I can always do that manually. Or if I am super lazy, which I know all of us are, I also have a small Google Home Mini in here, which I can control all of these devices with my voice, just mostly to turn them off. And last but not least, we are into the place where I didn't really think I'd have too much connected tech. We are in the washroom. I do not have that Fable toilet to share with you guys, but I do have 3 main pieces of tech in here. The first is this water leak sensor, and super weird story. A couple months ago, I was at home, middle of the night, water was leaking through my ceiling in my washroom and in my living room. Thank goodness I was here in my condo to alert the concierge. We knocked on his door, but say I wasn't, this condo would just have been destroyed. I do get notifications to my smartphone, so very, very handy. You kind of have the peace of mind of having this guy in place. The second thing, which I actually really love, is this smart connected scale, and this guy's from Nokia. Not only does it track, of course, your normal weight, it does really cool things like BMI, muscle composition, heart rate, and even strange things like weather, in case you were wondering when you are stepping onto the scale. And of course, you can track all of that on your smartphone. And anyways, in a nutshell, that is the smart connected tech that I have here in my condo. Kept things very minimal, very simple, but some of those automations do help me out a ton. It is so much easier to control things via smartphone or even via your voice. Give me some potential feedback and more devices that you want to see me integrate into my condo in the near future, and I'll catch the rest of you in one of my next episodes or vlogs. Peace.